Namaste. And welcome to Vaani Speak. What is a public speaker without an audience? So really, our orators are nothing without the presence of you guys. So I thank you once again. With any new skill, it's important to get involved and to be part of an immersive experience, which is the idea we had earlier today with the booths. So quite often, in a professional environment, or even in our samaj, we have to introduce ourselves. We have to give a parikshay. So it's important to know who we are and what we talk about. Develop the ability to think on the spot. And so if you take the examples we have, they're just inanimate objects. And there's no definition of what those things need to be. They can be whatever you like. So let your imagination run wild. And ultimately, let the work you're doing flow through you. And so with an immersive experience, you become experiential. You begin to try new methods, things that you have not yet done before. Like any new skill, we must practice. So why are we here today? What's the point? Why Vaani? Just a jolly day out, we're going to get some food at the end, see some people speaking? I hope it's not just that. It's about creating influential speakers that are effective in their communication, that create engaging content. It gives me great pleasure then to introduce our first orator, Dr. Pavni Lakhani, who is a dentist from Nottingham. Dr. Pavni Lakhani, the wisdom in our roots.
Namaste. Did you wake up this morning and think about the hundreds of decisions you have to make throughout today? Maybe some of you even thought whether you should come to the Samarok or not. I know my brother definitely did. We are all constantly making important, life-changing decisions. But there's no time to pause, to think, to reflect, and then to act. There is only time to act. Have you ever walked onto a stage in front of 100 people and wished there was a pause button? Pause. Pause. It's not working today because Nilesh is still moving in the back, but anyway. Imagine for a moment that this pause button worked. Imagine that we could use it in our dilemmas before making any decisions. Just imagine. Climate change is such a hot topic right now. Ironic, isn't it, considering the ice caps are melting and 200 animal species are becoming extinct every single day. How can one individual make a difference? How can one individual bring about change? Pause. It worked. The Kauravas and the Pandavas had just had a gambling match. The Pandavas had lost everything. Their wealth, their kingdom. They had even lost themselves. It was at this point where Dushasan dragged Draupadi by her hair into the middle of the sabha. He tried to slowly disrobe her, bringing humiliation onto the Pandav family. Everyone was there. Dronacharya, Bhishma Pitama, Dhritarashtra. No one said anything. It was at this moment where one individual stepped in, Krishna, to stop the adharma. It was at this moment where one individual made a difference. Unpause. Today, one individual, Greta Thunberg, a 16-year-old girl, is inspiring thousands of people around her to make a difference about climate change and to act to save our world. One individual is making a difference. When I went to university, there were so many options. Socializing, eating out, living out, and then there was studying. My dilemma was, what do I do? How do I balance studying with everything else? What should I do? Pause. Dronacharya, the archery teacher of the Kauravas and the Pandavas, decided to test them one day. He took them out into the forest. He had placed a bird on the branch in the distance. He told them, "Your test is to shoot that bird in the eye." Easy, everyone thought. We've done this 1,000 times. Fine. First, it was Yudhishthir's turn. Wise Yudhishthir. He came, he drew his bow. Ruko. Yudhishthir, tell me, what do you see? Acharya, I can hear the songs of the birds. I can see the leaves rustling on their branches. And then I see the bird in the distance. Do not release your bow and arrow. You may go. You are not ready now. Next, it was brave Bhim's turn. He drew his bow. Ruko Bhim, tell me, what do you see? Acharya, I can smell the mango fruits on the trees. I can see the honeybees around their hives. And I see the bird. Do not release your arrow beam. You may go. Next, it was Arjun's turn. He was, of course, Dronacharya's favorite student. Everyone knew that. It was a bit of a sore point for Duryodhana, actually. Arjun came. He aimed. Arjun, what do you see? Acharya, I see only the eye of the bird. It was this focus, this undivided attention to archery that made Arjun so famous throughout the land. His focus. Unpause. If we know our aim, if we know our goal, then all these other distractions will just fall away like the autumn leaves, and only the eye of the bird will remain. When I was younger, a long time ago, my parents used to tell me, choose your friends wisely. I thought to myself, why does this matter? There are all different types of people in the world. I should experience everyone's company. Why is it so important who I choose as my friends? Pause. A few days before the battle was about to commence, both Duryodhana and Arjun went to Krishna. He was lying there resting peacefully. Arjun saw that he was asleep and went and stood by his feet, waiting patiently for him to awake. Duryodhana wanted to be there first, so he stood by Krishna's head, waiting there. When is he going to wake? Krishna slowly opened his eyes and saw both of them. He knew why they were there. They joined their hands together and said, "Krishna, join my team so we can be victorious." After a long silence, Krishna said, "Okay, to one of you I can give you my entire army, and to the other I can give you myself, but I will not fight." "Easy choice," Duryodhana said. "Krishna, I will take your entire army. I need followers who will just obey my command," he thought to himself. Arjun smiled. "My friend, as long as you are with me, I do not need anyone else. We will be victorious." Unpause. With sites like Facebook and Instagram these days, sometimes the number of followers we have, the number of friends we have, is more important than who those followers and friends are. It's up to us to choose. Do we want followers who will feed our egos, or do we want friends who will challenge us and help us become the best version of ourselves? The choice is ours. So you ask me, this pause and unpause button, is it something new? Definitely not. Even Arjun used it on the battlefield. Just before it was about to commence, he said to Krishna, "Take me into the middle so I can see." Krishna rode the chariot of 7 horses into the middle, and Arjun looked around him. His friends, his family, his gurus, his acharyas, everyone was there. Everyone he loved and respected. He was so overwhelmed, he threw down his Gandhiv Dhanush and said, "Arjun, Krishna, I cannot fight anymore. Who am I? I cannot fight." In that moment, Krishna revealed the words of wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. And in that moment, after all had been revealed, Krishna smiled at Arjun. "My friend, I have given you the knowledge. Now, knowing what you know, it is up to you to decide how to act." We all have those books on our shelves. We all have the pause button. It is up to us to decide whether to use them or not. It is up to us to decide whether we choose to use the wisdom in our roots or not. Namaste.